Welcome to the Playbook. We are here, Elite Amateur Sports. My co-host, Tyler Coleman, and we got head coach of the St.Mary Dragons, Coach Bethany, and the DuBourg Cavaliers, Coach Martin. We want to thank you all for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Brad. Thanks for having me.
Definitely appreciate having the fellas here today.
Yeah, we're going to jump right into it. We want to talk about the state of high school football in Missouri. What are your thoughts on the state of high school football? As far as the progression of it, how well is it progressing, and what do you see that is good happening with high school football first?
I think we're in an upswing in Missouri. We got a lot of young kids getting recognized and going to Power 5 colleges. That's one way of judging it. Also with the training of the younger kids at different facilities and things like that, it's showing on the field. State games were all competitive, especially for the St. Louis side.
Yeah.
Missouri football is becoming. I'm not saying like Georgia or Texas or Florida, but we on the upswing.
Gotcha.
Just really to piggyback on that, it is upswing. It's in a good state. It could be better, but just like anything can be improved.
Yeah.
Better coaching, just things like that, and really getting just across the board everybody to make it where it's a little bit more competitive, so it's not so lopsided.
Gotcha.
Bringing everybody to an elite status, and battling.
That's a good word, elite.
So I kind of got a question to piggyback off of that. So how do you guys feel like Misha is enhancing, or do you feel like they're not doing a good enough job of enhancing the state of football in Missouri? What are your thoughts on that?
So Misha doesn't really have any movement on that. They just there to govern all the schools, and so it's really whatever the athletic administrator and the athletic directors and what they come together and agree upon, and then Misha would put it in place. So it's not really necessarily what Misha is doing and to enhance. It's really what the athletic directors around in the area meeting together when they have their meetings, and the rules they put in place and things of how to improve all sports, not just football.
Yeah, basically like Corey Bethany said, Misha itself doesn't enhance or improve us. It's our athletic administration getting together and being able to come to the table, vote and decide on what can make us better as far as football, any sport for that matter. And it's just all the ADs, all the coaches, they got to come together.
Gotcha.
And then they push that agenda to Misha, and Misha say, okay, if that's what you want, that's what we'll do. And they put it into place, and
How easy is it to get the ADs and administrative on the same, not even on the same thought, but in the same room and to talk?
That's the difficult.
That's the difficult
That's
part.
the difficult part.
Okay.
I mean, for a good part that I've seen, most ADs show up, and they voice their concerns and opinions on how it should look and how to improve. But it's all being a majority vote.
Yeah.
Of seeing something being put into the light, or something being done to improve it. That's the difficult part. Is everyone agreeing to let's go in this direction to improve it.
You got to keep in mind it's not just St. Louis either. A us being in St. Louis, we always think Missouri is St. Louis. So, but you got Springfield, you got, you know, Kansas City, obviously, and
Boot Hill.
all the Boot Hills and all of mid-Missouri, everywhere. So what may be affecting us in St. Louis, they may not have those issues.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
it's just like passing a law or trying to build a wall, you know. Everyone got to be on the same page in order to do that. So that's how easy it is.
Say no more.
So the thing that I've been always curious about is I think experience in coaching is something that's important. Do you guys feel like it is important to have a collegiate athlete or someone that played the sport on your coaching staff, and what part does that actually play into things?
Coach Martin, we go with you first.
That's very important because, you know, someone who has played collegiate ball knows what it takes to get to that level. They also can relate to the kid who wants to get to that next level. The type of commitment, the time dedication, the work ethic that you have to put in to get to that level, and what's going to be expected and what's going to be seen on the next level. If your whole staff, no one has that, you know, seen that, then how can you relate that to the kid of what it looks like on the next level? I mean, you can send them to camps, you can send them, you know, to visit schools and things of that nature. But if you don't have that experience of being on that next level yourself and seeing the daily, everyday operation and grind of a college, then it's hard to be able to try to instill those in guys who want to get there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. It's very important. And then nowadays, the kids need instant validation. So you see a coach come in and, oh man, he played in the NFL. You get instant validation already. So kids want to see that, and they want to see, oh, can you play? And they challenge. I mean, I still suit up and play in practice. So just got to remind them of, hey, I did this. So it's, you know, but like Ty said, you have to experience that to help them, and through your experiences, you help lead them and guide them, and actually hope they can be in that spot as well.
You can better communicate, and they can relate more.
Yeah. I mean, if you've done that 6 a.m. workouts, you know every day that's in college. that's college, you know, 6 a.m. Workout. So, you know, if you never experienced that,
it's hard.
It's harder to relate that to the kids.
On that note, what do you think about the camps and the off-season programs that are built to help give exposure to kids and help them get to that next level of college ball? How do you think that's going, and what would you like to see more of to help those kids be able to get the exposure?
I love it. Back in the day, they used to be more of, you know, third-party sponsors. I don't want to mention any names. I don't know, but they used to be not college coaches or colleges giving these camps, and those can be considered as money grabs. And those are ones you have to be really cautious of, because it's not true exposure if the colleges can't see you. If you're not in front of a college coach himself, then I don't think that's exposure. So they doing a lot. I mean, every major college, even small colleges, NAIA, they all have showcases where actual college coaches show up, and you actually have those camps. So, and it's all across the nation. So I think they're doing a tremendous job in football of having the college coaches have their own camps and doing things like that. And then you have your mega camps like Lindenwood has, and Memphis, and you know, where it's one location and multiple colleges attend and get able to see the athletes.
Now that we talked about the camps and stuff, let's talk about the coaches. And I want to specifically talk about not how much you make, but what can we do to create a money or capital for programs.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel the ADs have to think more outside the box
Mm-hmm.
in creating advertising or sponsor opportunities for our programs. Because I look at St. Mary's, how they had a car on,
Yes.
that's a way to monetize and bring money to the program.
Yes.
What do you guys think about that, and how could we increase revenue for our programs?
You have to fundraise. It's not going to be funded. You're not going to be able to pay the teachers or the staff or anyone inside the building if we don't receive money or donations from anywhere else. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Or don't even think about that.
It.
So everything we do is fundraising. That's why we have the car giveaway and the banquets, the gala dinners and things like the auctions and things like that. So those are huge fundraisers for our school. And I found that once you have a lot of fundraisers for your whole school, it's hard to now fundraise for a sport, because you're asking these same parents to go sell tickets or raffle tickets or whatever, candy bars, whatever you want to fundraise, pizzas, whatever.
Yeah.
The same people that's funding the school is also trying, now you want to fund the football team, and then what about the band team or robotics or things like that? So it's very difficult for each individual sport or club to fundraise when your school is
already
based. It's a fundraising base. Yes.
Yeah.
You hit on a topic of sponsorships. That's something that if locally more companies and corporations, helped or gave in a little bit to sports programs, I think it would build a bond or a partnership to where, hey, here's a football game or St. Mary's game versus someone else, DuBourg, and and you have sponsors who are giving out things or who are helping be seen.
It's really simple in my mind because I've always thought like that. St. Mary's, DuBourg, Brown Shoe Company, come together and we'll, you know what I'm saying? Find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Because if we build these programs and these kids up into a actual thing where people can recognize and say, oh, I love St. Mary's, I love DuBourg. Let me go to this game.
Yeah.
Brown Shoe Company.
I'm going to say, I got a theory behind all of that.
Okay.
I mean, so it's this what we talked about, the state of Missouri football. People outside of Missouri, or even within Missouri, discredit Missouri football. We don't take it serious. Right. I've coached down in Texas, and when it's a high school Texas football game, everybody is involved. Everybody. I'm talking car dealerships, the local Sonic or whatever. The everybody's involved. There's grocery store, everybody. And here, it's not that way. What pushes Missouri football to be better? And usually it's your home school, your home college. So Mizzou, I want to say Mizzou. And if, when we say Mizzou and the players and the thoughts of the especially in St. Louis, they don't consider that as big time as, say, Texas University or LSU or Georgia or things like that. And it's really how we view our own. So if we take Mizzou better, I'm not advocating for Mizzou. Like, I'm not pro Mizzou. I'm not like that. I'm just saying that is a way. So when Mizzou was winning or when they was in the championship or SEC and all that, and when you start winning with just Missouri kids, then we become more valuable to everyone.
For sure. Gotcha.
Instead of, a St. Louis kid here doing great, St. Louis kid here doing great, a Kansas City kid doing great over here, and helping all these other programs grow and all these other states grow, and not doing our own. And that's you know, it's just indifferent opinion. Everyone, you know, don't believe in that. And I honestly, and that's the only way I feel like Mizzou and Missouri as a state can be taken serious, and we all coaches, because I know we talked about how much Missouri coaches get paid compared to all the Georgia, Texas, and Florida coaches get paid. And that's because they value football more than we do in our state.
We talked about the kids now. I really want to dive in a little bit about the parents. Our parents' expectations for you guys, but also for their kids, more extreme than ever that you guys believe from when you guys were kids, or is it about the same, or is it because of the social media? What are your thoughts on the expectations that parents have for coaches and players right now?
I mean, the expectation from a parent is always going to be high for their child. And they do have expectations from the coaches. It's going to be high. They're entrusting this coach with their, most valuable, precious gift to them. And if them, those parents' expectations are, I'm giving, my child to you to play a sport. I'm gonna expect respect, some form of loyalty to my child, for the betterment of him. So the expectations from parents are really there, really high. They can be very demanding at times, with emails and things of that nature. But that's just part of it. It's part of it. And, as a coach, you have to see that, and we're also parents ourselves, and we have expectations, and if those things are not being met, you start to look at the coach like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? So you gotta, as a coach, you have to think in both realms and say, I want to meet the expectations of the parents and what they're asking me and what they're asking of me.
I believe the expectations are the same as back in the day. It hasn't heightened. It hasn't gotten worse or anything. It's more transparent. That's all.
Definitely.
Everyone knows the head coach now, whether it's on Twitter, social media, whatever. So back in the day, you couldn't follow a coach and know his thoughts. And you just, hey, little Billy going to practice, and hey, he seemed like a nice guy for when I've encountered him. So I think it's just like everything. It's just more transparent, and expectations are still there, because everyone is. And I would bring up private and public again. I've coached in both, and private school, I believe, have more higher expectations because of their paying tuition, and it's just human nature. You paying for something, you expect more out of it. So, and that can be somewhat unrealistic, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Gotcha. Well, we want to wrap things up with personal goals and personal accomplishments. We're gonna start with Coach Martin. Your goal for this coming year, and your biggest accomplishment so far in coaching. Yeah.
My goal is to get, all of my seniors into someone's college. Personally, that's my goal. And every year, that I'm coaching, that's one of my biggest goal. I mean, of course, to get wins, go to state, and state championships and playoff wins. Of course, all those things are what you want to do. Those are goals. But, ultimately, it's to see your kids go to college. That's the ultimate goal of a student athlete, is to move on to the next level. I mean, and I want to see them play. I want to see them on the next level playing. Not just saying I'm going to college, I want to see you guys play football or do whatever sport it is that you love. I want to see you on the next level doing it.
Gotcha.
That's one of my goals.
Gotcha.
My thing is to get the kids to where they belong. That's all. Whether it's college, whether it's the field, but be a man. I'm at an all boys school, but so be a man of good character. That's my. Everyone don't play football in college, so all my seniors, I want to make sure they are going where they are supposed to go, and if that's the military, everything. And make sure they're on the path of doing that. And that's my goal. I don't judge anything on whether I got 8 kids signed to college to play football, or I don't think that's a true measurement. I don't want to be measured by that. I want to make sure everybody that came through my program were good men of character. That's it.
So, real quick, I heard both of you guys talk about the next level for your kids. Why do we have a disconnect in St. Louis football for coaches that care about the kids going to the next level and the kids and just making sure that we're winning state championships? Where's the disconnect, and how do you guys make sure that you don't put winning before everything else? Especially because success usually drives more contracts and more things for you guys. So how do you guys make sure you keep the, your integrity and the better scheme of things in front?
I feel like if you're not doing the little things in life, you're not going to win anyway. And if you focus on doing those little things right, being a good person, being a good father, husband, doing things right when no one's looking, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. So, I can't really speak on all the other coaches and the reasons. Well, I think what we do, we get ourselves in the wrong space. We feel like it's me because of this, and I feel like a kid's gonna get where he's supposed to go as long as he has that guidance. I'm just your Google Maps. I'm just going to navigate and help you stay on that track. You have that. God put that in you to be that person. And I'm just here to guide you through that way. And so when a lot of coaches feel like they are the ones that got this kid somewhere, or I'm the reason why, and that's not how it should be. I don't view it that way. I'm not saying it's the right way or wrong way, but I think that's where you get, it's all about winning championships, or it's all about, what our guys doing. I mean, that can be celebrated, but we got to remind, it's not about us. Us coaches, it's not about us. It's about getting these kids where they are supposed to be.
Like Coach said, you want to get kids, you're trying to build character. And it's not about wins and losses, but it's good to win. It helps the program. It helps the kids, it helps instill something in them to work hard for something, to have a winning attitude, to know that you can lose, but at the same time, that doesn't mean stay in a loser mentality. Come out, do something better, get better. Those are traits that you're trying to instill in these guys to carry through life. I'm not going to speak on any coach who, are leaning more toward, next level. My accomplishments are because I got these kids to this school, or my accomplishments are because I won these amount of state championships. But in the scheme of it, are you creating good people? Are they good citizens? Are they people of good value? Once they get to the elite level or next level, but they get there and they get arrested for, whatever. And, they're following the wrong people, or they're being the leader in something wrong. What did you teach them when you had them in your grasp, when they were in your space? What did you teach them? Gotcha. Like Coach said, I'm in that same boat. I don't lean toward the success of all the state championships or kids, how many of my kids go D1 colleges. I'm looking at the character of the person. But at the same time, you do want to win championships. You do want to see your guys go to, on to the next level and play ball. So that's a part of the whole picture. That's the whole gamut. That's the whole thing.
as I've learned in life, is a balance, and everything has to be balanced accordingly. I want to thank Coach Martin, Coach Bethany for coming through. This is the Playbook, Elite Amateur Sports.
I got one last thing too. Hey, shout out to Coach Bethany. Shout out to Coach Martin, man. Hey, we got a little bit of that Southside football in here.
Where can we follow?
Yeah, for sure.
Coach Bethany.
Coach Bethany.
Bethany on everywhere. Yeah, at Coach Bethany on Twitter and Instagram. And
T Martin at DB.
And I'll make sure to let everybody know too. I do respect both of these coaches and their programs. So if you're looking for a good school as you coming up, I know these guys will take care of you, so you'll be in good hands as well too.
Yeah, I mean that was easy. No hard questions at all.
You know,
what's up with that?
This is the first episode.
We want to make sure to be controversial.
We want to make sure more coaches coming through.
Hey, I was ready, man.
I think you had TC here, and it's been a little controversial. If you had TC in the middle of us, it's been a little bit more controversial.
Next time we're gonna get y'all on the chalkboard, and we're gonna do
that's
some chalk talk.
Yeah, some chalk talk.
Please.
Y'all heard it first. They coming back. This is the Playbook. We'll see y'all next time.
Appreciate y'all.